Well, good morning and welcome to Fishing with CJ. And we, after quite a break, are out on the boat. Now, there's been a number of reasons why I've not been able to get out on the boat for a little while. One was because I had surgery in August, which meant that I couldn't risk going out onto a lumpy sea. Two, I had some electrical problems on the boat, which have been resolved. And so the boat was back in the water yesterday. And three, the weather. What a horrible summer we've had. But today I'm alone at sea. Me and Bertie. And the dog. Bertie the salty dog. All right, mate. He's got his life jacket on. Talking about life jackets, I've not got my life jacket on yet. Better get that done, haven't I, really? So we're out at sea. Well, we're out of the harbour at the moment, getting out. And gonna have it's going to be too adventurous a day, I think. Just want to steam out, drop the anchor somewhere, have a little fish, and then come back in mid-afternoon when I can get back on the berth. The other thing that's happened while I've not been able to get out at sea is that we've all had to move our berths because they're going to refurbish and they're going to dredge and rebuild where I normally moor. Don't know if I'm particularly happy about it because the berth I'm on, it does empty out onto the mud, so the boat will be high and dry in the mud at certain stages of big tides. It does mean that I'm limited. I can only get out 2.5 hours. Well, I can't get out 2.5 hours either side of low water. So, I mean, having said that, where I was moored, although I wasn't high and dry in the mud, there was a mud bar behind the basin that I was in, which meant probably 2 hours either side of low water on the big tides. I couldn't get out anyway. So we'll see. And it's all for the good, because when they finally sort that basin out, hopefully I will be in for a mooring in there, and it will be a lot better. It will be a premium mooring. Won't be affected by the tide. Well, I will be able to get out at all stages of the tide, but I think it's going to be a bit more expensive. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But hey, we're going out to sea. And it is a lovely morning. There is a definite window in the weather. Today is really good. Tomorrow is not bad, and then we're back to the way it's been all summer. Lumpy, wet, windy. Yeah. So, let's put the camera back on when something happens. Right, well, we are where we're going. So I'm now going to drop the anchor. So we're going to just drop into the anchor. We're fishing at anchor. Nice lazy day. So yeah, make sure you close the deck hatches. Don't want to step back and fall down into the below deck. The Alderney ring, Alderney boy. Right, let's just make sure that my lazy boy is all clear. It's not. It's got a rope under it. Nothing snagging that. Just check the fish finder, make sure we're in the right place. I think we want to steam a little bit to the east. There's a lot of fish showing up under the surface, mackerel probably. So look at this big cloud of fish here. Could be squid. What I want to be is I want to drop the anchor around about here somewhere, so we drop back into there. So let's just steam back up there to the east. A lot of fish showing on the bottom where we're going to be fishing. I so have a steering wheel with a handle on it. It makes so much difference for quick adjustments. We steam just to the right of Beachy Head. Should put us on the right heading. I think that's about it. Right, let's get that anchor down. Just give it a little nudge backwards. Maybe I'm still in reverse. No. This magic triangle is what holds the ordinary buoy out in front of the boat. Just give it a little nudge backwards again, I think. It's very little tide at the moment, so. What I don't want is the anchor warp coming up underneath the hull. Right, so that should do us. Oh, see, I've not done this for a while. I've got to use a dog rope. Get it to the bow. Ta-da! We have got the anchor down. Really what I need is someone following me with a camera to film that, because you probably saw quite a lot of my arse and the sky and things like that. But yeah, I will do a video showing me how I rig my anchor up. To be honest, I'm so out of practice that probably just as well you didn't see what I was doing. Anyway, let's switch the engine off let's get fishing. Right, well, we're fishing. We got this rod is just with a bit of mackerel bait down on it. So has got wire trace. So, oh, hello. Hello. We got a jig down on this rod and we've got a fish on it already. Come on. Literally, got a jig on the end and mackerel feathers above it, just bouncing near the bottom. And yeah, look round and the rod is jiggling. So let's have a look. What we got on here? Suspect it might be whiting, but you never know. Could be scad. Could be mackerel. Get a nice big bucket full of mackerel, be nice. Fresh bait. Here we go. Well, it's a full house of little scads. Look at that. Woo-hoo-hoo! Live bait size they are, aren't they? I'll put them in the live bait tank, see if we can keep them alive. There's one there for the dog. Need to fill the live bait tank up. Put the bung in it. Oh. Wait, wait. Dog's barking at the fish. Is it because it's rattling, is it? Is that why you're barking? I've got another one down here. Little horse bobs. They are definitely great live bait for bass. Might have to put one down. And for some reason cuttlefish quite like them as well. Oh, one more. Might just try mid-water this time, see if I can get some mackerel. There was a big cloud of fish showed up mid-water as we were anchoring. I'm just letting the action, the motion of the ocean operate the jigs while I'm getting things sorted, because I need a cup of tea. This rod here has had quite a bend in it for a while. Let's just have a look, see if we've got dogfish on there or something. Don't feel like there's anything on there. See if the bait's been robbed. It's a problem when you're first setting up, is you're not really watching your rods, and you could have had your bait robbed while you were setting another rod up. Yeah. Robbery with violence. Let's put a little scad on there. Right, got a little live scad on there. So let's put that down, see what happens. You're watching that rod for me. Tell me if it starts bouncing around. Because what I don't want is leave mackerel on there for a length of time, because they will get absolutely tangled up around themselves. Right, got a live scan on there. That rod there has got a camera on it. It's got a large king prawn on it, which has got a squid jig device through the king prawn. So what I'm hoping is that we'll pick up a cuttlefish, or if not, there's some big squid around now. So big squid will be nice. Right, let's get the kettle on. Brew on. Next time I put the camera on, I will have a cup of tea in my hand, hopefully, or a big fish. Right, well, I'm trying to make a brew, and the jig's going off again. Another house full of horse mackerel, I feel. Full house. I think that's enough live baits. Right, we're just going to put this mid-water now because I don't want any more horse mackerel, but some mackerel would be nice. Just let the motion of the ocean do its business, and I've got a cup of tea. Yeah. Get some decent fish now. Right, back to something else. Right, so we're experimenting now. We've got this, which has got squid jig spikes on the end of it, and it's got a long rod with a pointy end. And we're going to mount a king prawn onto here, that way round. I tried it the other way round just now, and I think definitely something had a go at it, but it had a go at the back of the head. So we want the spiky bits near its head, I think. So we'll feed that through, all the way through the flesh. So the spike is now sticking out the top there, and that will clip onto a swivel, and we'll put it in the bottom, see what happens. Camera's on this, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. We'll have a look at the video footage later, hopefully, if it all comes out. Not only did I make myself a cup of tea, I have got a king pot noodle. And my microphone's only got 10% power, so I'm going to have to charge it up. So I'll put that on to charge, I think. Yeah, so happy days, just need some fish now. Lots of scad. I put some bait on the mackerel feathers, which might attract a bream, or it might just mean I get more scad, but we'll see. Right, I haven't got a mic on at the moment because it's charging, so I'll be using the onboard mic, so you might not hear this, but I've got a bit of activity on the jigging rod. Good. So that's another string full of horse mackerel, but you never know. Bertie's poised to have a look. See him? You like fishing, don't you, Bertie? You like fish? You bark at them. But yeah, we have been for the ball connector again. Actually, this one got more life. Got a few in there. Barking at the fish. Don't talk to me at the moment. No. Finger. Good, not good. The tide is starting to change. Right, I just wound up my live bait and there was a squid hanging on the back of it all the way to the surface. A bit of chunk is taken out the back of its head. So I think I'm going to have to rig up some way that I can put squid spikes on a live bait like that. Think up some way of doing it. It's still alive, but missing most of the back of its head, so we'll let it go away. I don't think he's going to live for very long. Right, so we need to come up with some way of rigging this so that I've got maybe I'll use a dead bait rather than a live bait and put it on that squid jig. Right, the little bait rig has just got a little knock on it. I suspect it might be horse mackerel, but still something there. Ooh. Ooh. Solid. Please be a nice big bream. It's not fighting like a bream, I have to say. But dogfish maybe. Something, because all we've caught is horse mackerel so far. Not that I'm begrudging that, because it's nice to be out. Whoop, we got a gurnard. Nice tub gurnard. Something different in the boat anyway. Only a little one, but still nice to see. Let's get him back. Oh, hook in my hand. So, beautiful fish. Look at the wings on them. They're getting the sunlight. Got like butterfly wings. Give him a little kiss. Put him back. And, in the words of Bob Mortimer, whee! Do like that Mortimer and Whitehouse fishing channel, I must admit. Because it's not really about fishing, is it? It's about two old blokes chatting. But let's get the bait freshened up on this and get it back down there.
Showing Coast Guard. Emergency beacon signal. Information number 1. Begins Mayday. Distress beacon signals detected on 406 megahertz at 12:10 UTC. Indicate distress position 50 degrees 23.9 minutes north 0 degrees 20.8 west. Personal locator beacon alert received from fishing vessel approximately 25 nautical miles southwest of Shoreham in the English Channel. Any vessels with information or that are able to assist are requested to contact Southern Coast Guard on VHF Channel 16. Ends. Southern Coast Guard coordinating. Daytime group 111210 UTC. This is Southern Coast Guard.
Okay. We'll keep you posted as to what happens. A live bait rod, which has got the modified live bait on it with a squid jig spikes on its back. There's a little bit of weight on here now. We'll see. I'll bring it up nice and slow. One of my other rods going slack. Can't move my camera to point it down into the water, but we'll have a look down and see if there's any squids or cuttlefish on there. Nothing, and the live bait's gone. So rig that up again and give it another go. That's well and truly noshed by something with teeth. So yeah, don't know the answer to this. Keep on trying. The camera's still filming, so hopefully we're going to have some interesting footage. Something on here. It's only a tiny little hook, quite a chunk of mackerel. I suspect a dogfish, but you never know. We're still going. I get some colour. I can see some colour. It certainly is the colour of a dogfish. Yes, a dogfish. But to be quite honest with you, quite a welcome sight. It's not fishing if you're not catching dogfish. I was wondering what was going wrong. I'm not even getting a doggy. Oh, hello. My skid jig is going. The squid rig is going. Come on, I've got to get this hook out of this bloody dogfish. Get him back. Come on, spit it out. Whoops. Dogfish gone. What's on this rod? Something on here. Something on here now. Maybe it's another dogfish. Nothing there now, I don't think. Hard to say. This is a live bait on here. There's nothing fighting there, but squids and cuttle don't really fight. Let's see what state the live bait is in. That has been totally noshed. Totally noshed. Let's get another live bait on here. Put the camera back on when something happened. Well and truly noshed again. Hopefully the camera was still running. Yeah, the camera's still filming. So we should have some interesting footage of what's going on and maybe be able to work out ways of adjusting our fishing strategies accordingly. I think the secret is you've got to drift for them. It's no good just sitting at the anchor like this. You need to be actually dragging the baits along the bottom. And then they come up behind and snatch them as they're moving away from them. And that's when you catch them. We'll give it another few minutes and then we'll up the anchor and we'll maybe have a little drift about dragging a bait. See if that does it. And then we'll head in. Nice to be out in the sea, you know. Haven't caught a great deal, but it's just been so nice to be out here. And a real window in the weather, because next week it's blowing a gale again. The problem is when you haven't been out for a while, you get out of the habit of getting out here, and then you start doubting whether you want to get out here and doubting your abilities and stuff like that. And so it gets quite easy to come up with excuses as to why you're not fishing. So it's good to get out and start the momentum going again, and hopefully we'll get some more videos coming out. Yeah. So anyway, it's not over. There's no large ladies singing yet. We will keep on fishing and keep on keeping on until we, if we get the target species, well, there might be some music, but we'll see. Whoa, whoa, something on here. There's no hooks on this rig. It's just a squid jig. So if I land a fish, it will be against all the odds. I think that's just come off. Yeah, it's come off. Be interesting to see the camera footage, see what that was. Probably a dogfish. Yeah, well noshed that, but I think that was a fish. I don't think that was a squid or a cuttle. Right, we're going to bring these up now, I think. Lift the anchor. Oh, hello. It's all happening. It's all happening. Live bait rig is going off. This has got hooks in it. Oh, something on here. Oh, oh, something good on. Oh, something good. Something good. Please don't just be a dogfish. It's not a squid. It's something putting up a bit more of a fight. Yeah, it's giving up a good go, giving good account of itself. Putting a bend in this rod. I'll be very disappointed if this is just a dogfish. Oh, come on, just want to see it. Something good, something good. Let the rod do the work. This is where I'll be getting my crewman to get the net out. Except for the dog getting up to doing that. The four-legged crewman. What have we got here, I wonder? It's a toothsome critter. I've got wire trace on here, so it shouldn't bite the line off. We did lose a few tope earlier in the year because I wasn't using wire trace. Coming up a bit easier now. Haven't seen some colour yet. No, still something there. Still something on there. Come on. Ooh, colour. I see colour. I see lots of colour. Not a dogfish. It is a bull huss. It is a bull huss. Oh, and I might hear some music. What the fuck was that? It's only just hooked in the corner of the mouth with a little hook. Falling about on the boat. Oh, all worthwhile, made it all worthwhile. Look at that. Trap in between the legs, off the hook. Look at that beauty. Let's get in the sunshine if I can. I've got ropes all wrapped around my ankles. Now is not the time to fall off the back of the boat. Bertie, what is that? It's a nice bull huss. It's a dogfish with an attitude. Right, let's get him back. And he's away. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh, 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 ooh. Happy days. Happy days. Bull huss. Circle hook did what it's meant to do. Just got it in the corner of the mouth. Right, let's get this one up. Oh, got something on here? No, it's quite a big. I put quite a big weight on it. Oh, oh, just seen tuna. I think. Just seen some tuna. I think. But it's not on camera. It's too far away for this wide-angle camera lens, to be quite honest. But yeah, it's definitely tuna. Not dolphins. It could have been a fresher. Could have been a fresher shark or a tuna, to be honest. All I really saw was a splash and something fishy-like near the splash. Right, we're going to get the anchor up now. Let's cut these rods out of the way. We lifted the anchor. I've got this left-hand rod here has got a little horse bob with a spike through it with the squid spikes on its tail, and the right-hand rod has got a standard squid jig, red in colour, and we're drifting. So we're just dragging the baits along the bottom, see if that makes any difference. I think with a moving bait, they will come up behind it and shoot their catcher tentacles out, and that's what gets caught on the spikes on the jig. Whereas when we're fishing at anchor, they just manoeuvre around and just get hold of it, and it doesn't necessarily get tangled up in the spikes. So we'll give it a go for a few more minutes. If we don't catch anything, then we'll head in. Might just drop in on a wreck and try squid jigs over the wreck, because I'm led to believe some big squid starting to sharp now, and they'll be above the wrecks. But hey, it's good to be out. And the crewman is sleeping on the job. He's got himself tucked up in his bed and he's dozing. Bless him. Bless him. Well, if he behaves well like this, I have to bring him out more often. Ooh, oh! Had a good sized cuttle on there then, and he managed to get off in the last knock-ins. But yeah, that was a good sized cuttle, I think. We'd wind the one with bait on in and just see how it's going. See if there's anything that's been noshed up or anything. Ooh. I mean, this has got hefty weight on it, but this feels quite solid actually. Ooh. We got a rock. We caught a rock. I thought it felt like there was something on there. It's not a rock, it's actually oyster shells. Camera was on. Is the camera still on? I think the battery might have gone flat in this camera now. Just eating a biscuit. Well, the fishing has not been great, but it has been great to be out here. So I think we're going to wind up and we're going to start heading home. It's gone 3 o'clock now, and of course it starts getting dark. You know, so by about 7, so it gives me a little bit of time to get sorted out and tidied up, cleaned up, got one little job I've got to do, and then we'll get home. So thanks very much for joining us. We've had a cracking day. That beautiful bull huss made my day. Did see, I think it was tuna, but I don't know. I'll study the film, see if I get it on camera or not. And hopefully there's some good underwater footage. If there is, it will be at the end of the video as a sort of bonus footage. So we were trying to get, to be honest, the target species today weren't fish, it was squid and cuttlefish, and I came so close. Got cuttlefish and the squid right to the surface, but they managed to get off. Yeah, so unless something happens, in which case I'll put the camera back on, otherwise we're going to call it a day now and we're going to head back to our home port. Catch you later.
like this no more. Most my life's been waging war. Till I found peace, I could've swore. What she did shook me to the core, and I ain't gonna live like that no more. Well, I ain't gonna live like this no more. Trouble comes when the barmaid pours another for a man who should have found the door. Oh, when I get going, you can hear me roar. And no, I can't live like this no more. Oh, I ain't gonna live like this no more. Hurting as bad as the years before. Living in a lie I can't. Or I had to cut ties to settle the score. I ain't gonna live like this no more. But I ain't gonna live like this no more. I've been drinking till my body's sore. Ain't touched my bed, just sleep on the floor. But I'ma get on my feet, get on my chores, get some things from the getting store. This old ship's coming back to shore, 'cause I ain't gonna live like this no more.